At the end of the winter solstice, the stern bear in the east will fall silent, and another more determined one will take his place. No, don't supposed to do that. You have to ask first.
Who?
You can't do that.
Who am I?
You have to ask first.
Speaking with?
You can't just do that. You have to be patient. You cannot proceed that way. You must ask permission first. You know that.
What is happening? Is there anyone who could tell me what is happening on your
This is Uriel.
Hello, Uriel. Something happened there, obviously.
There were two souls that were trying to intervene when they weren't asked for permission.
Okay. Is there anything else you can tell me, or is that all I need to know?
The first one was trying to give you premonitions, and he was not instructed to.
I see.
He was the one that you call Cayce.
Cayce? I do not know that name. In this life.
On your planet, when he was alive, you called him Edgar Cayce.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
He wanted to get information out, but he was not asked who.
Oh, I see.
He must ask first. He is not in trouble. He was just trying to get it out.
Yes.
The other being, the other soul, is very known on your planet, and she was trying to get him to stop.
Do I know who she is? Or can you tell me?
On your planet, she is known as Cannon.
Oh, Dolores.
Yes, she was trying to get him to stop, but he intervened.
Well, hello to...
Cayce has been giving this being premonitions in his sleep about your future.
Ah, yes, he mentioned that this week he had been getting those for the last couple of weeks, maybe.
We haven't given him a gift of sight.
Yes.
Cayce helps him with that, which is okay, but not right now in this time, and he intervene. He wants to get it out.
Yeah.
It will get out fairly soon. But this being has to get used to getting that information. He is not used to that.
Okay.
So we're doing it very slowly.
Well, you may know my next question is, who am I speaking with at night? Who is giving me information?
You are getting information from all of us.
Okay.
Raphael, Michael, and some from Source.
Oh.
You are maintaining more powers as well.
Yes. They are.
We are
Very
giving
interesting.
those powers to many people on all planets. It's for preparation. Some will not understand. Some will not be able to handle it. But we will help them as much as possible.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to know a lot of information right now. A lot of the information most people want to know is not important. So we don't answer most of those questions because it is not important for them to know. The information will not help them because it will not affect them.
Yeah. I think I know what you mean.
Mostly if the question isn't about how to manage your light and control your light, then the question is non-consequential. It doesn't really help you in your life. So it has to be a question that will help with the good of other people.
Right.
It can't be a selfish question that will only help the person. It has to be a question that will help everyone.
That makes sense. Yes.
Because we cannot affect your lives. We cannot give you much direction in your lives. Because you can figure it out on your own. When it comes to questions about their health, that is different.
Oh.
But when it comes to questions that will affect your life, we can't tell you what to do when it comes to those things. But when it comes to your well-being, to help your vessel be healthy, then we can answer those.
Oh, yes.
Mental health questions sometimes are very difficult because some of the questions are personal.
Yeah.
Like if someone asks you what to say to someone else, we cannot tell you that. Sometimes we kind of give you a little clue, which that is not very well either. But we try not to do that, just mainly because we don't want to affect your so-called life and so-called timelines on your planet.
Yeah. It seems as if it works out a little better if we don't know, honestly, since we've been going through this ourselves.
Yes.
And tried, knowing a few things. It was better to not know and just have it happen.
Well, actually, you do know, but you're just afraid to make the decision.
Oh.
So you actually know. Most people know what they should do or what they could do, but they want someone to give them the answer, and that is not how it works.
Right.
So you pretty much have to figure it out on your own. And it doesn't really matter, because if you choose the wrong option, you can always fix everything. There's nothing on your
Yeah.
planet that cannot be fixed. If you make a wrong decision and it gets what you say messed up, you can fix it.
Sure. Yes.
So there's nothing to be afraid of because it can be fixed.
Right.
Everyone needs to know that.
Okay.
That will keep away the fear away from them. Fear is a part of control. And you do not want to push yourself in the fear direction.
Oh, no. No. Yeah, it helps to, well, it is getting easier to follow the breadcrumbs and figure things out, I think.
Yes.
I think we're catching on, slowly, of course. But, let's see. So at nighttime, I am just talking to you, to my team, and, well, you guys, really?
Yes, you have created a team. We know that.
Oh, yeah. I hoped I had.
You believe you created a team, right?
Yeah.
Then that's who you are talking to.
Okay. So I have invited some people onto my team.
Yes, and some team shows up to you. You see people sometimes. Am I correct?
Well, I did just thought that I saw someone in the kitchen.
You did see someone in the kitchen. You didn't think you saw someone, you did.
I was pretty sure. I was on the phone, though, and it was very chaotic right then.
They are trying to show themselves to you.
Who was that? In my...
kind of way.
Yes. Who did I see? It was very fast.
It was Archangel Micah.
Really?
He was trying to show himself in a human form.
He did look like a human, yes. I mean...
So it wasn't a so-called ghost you call in.
Yeah, well, that's good.
You're getting more and more capabilities. You're going to be meeting a lot of spiritual people soon. And that is very good. It is going to propel everything. So what you were thinking is going to happen is going to happen. It's going to be very good.
Wow. I am very excited.
Also, we are very proud that you and everyone else is using the abundance.
Oh, yes.
Everyone is manifesting abundance, and it is working.
Yes.
And you see that it's working.
My friend just did that, and wow.
Yes, everyone is starting to do that. And if more people should do that.
Okay.
Think of something good that's going to happen to you, and it will come to you.
Now, is it as Bashar explains, where you think of your highest excitement, focus on that, and let that energy kind of build up, and then let go of any idea of any outcome or any way that it should happen. And just let it go, and then turn it over to your higher self to manage. Is that right?
That is exactly right.
Okay.
He is a being that knows. Rashab knows a lot.
Rashab or Bashar?
His name is Rashab.
Rashab?
But
no.
He comes through the other being as Bashar.
Bashar, that's...
But it doesn't matter how you say his name. It's still the same. Frontwards or backwards.
Interesting.
Yes.
We find him so fascinating, and we are so excited to go see him. We are so excited.
That being is alive, but he transmutes through the other being that you call Darryl, and he gives him the right amount of information for people to take in. He knows a lot more, but he knows a lot of people cannot take it all in because the way people were so-called raised on your planet, and it's hard for them to take it all in because they can't see how easy everything can be, but everything really is easy.
Really is that easy.
People make things difficult for themselves. If you think something's difficult, then it's going to be difficult, but if it's not, then you will be just fine. If you just believe that everything can be fixed, then nothing will be difficult. If something bad happens, you can fix it. Sometimes it takes longer to fix, sometimes it doesn't. But everyone should be very, very, very vigilant into thinking positive and going the way they want things to go. It's not very hard. You just have to get out of your fear and get your determination and to get things to go the way you want them to go. No matter if it gets messed up the first time, you just fix it and it'll go the other way. It can always be fixed.
Yeah. It's been working just like that.
Yes.
For us. It's been very, very interesting, and I learn all the time. I learn so much from going through these experiences. So.
Yes, you are learning more. A lot of people are learning.
That's good.
A lot of people are what you say waking up. Some are being confused because some of them are confusing when they see something bad or they hear something bad. They think about the bad. That is not necessarily waking up.
No.
You're waking up, but you have to understand what you are seeing. You can't see an earthquake and bad things happening to your planet and assume that you're waking up. You may be seeing visions, but that is not waking up. Waking up is believing that all of that things does not matter because everything goes back to the light. Nothing will be bad when the light comes. Nothing is bad when you see light. Everything is just good. If you see a volcano go off and you automatically think of something bad, that is not correct. That is just what you call your mother Gaia getting rid of some of the pent-up energy inside of her so she can breathe easier. Your planet is a living being. Your planet is not a thing. You are living on a living being.
Yeah.
And that living being can shake things off of it just like a dog would shake off fleas. So if Gaia gets really angry and a lot of people on your planet pass away and come back over here, that is not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
She is making more room for more beings, which that will not go on for too much longer because we all know what is coming.
Yeah, well, not all of us, but many of us.
Most of us know that there's a big light coming. There's different names for it, which we always tell you is the flash or the wave or whatever you want to call it that is coming.
Yeah.
Mother Gaia, what you call it, is just expelling the pent-up energy inside of her. And she is trying to get rid of all of the negative things that is hurting her. We call her because your planet relates to a feminine energy. So that's why we call it a her. Your planet Earth is a feminine energy.
Oh, yes.
That's why they call her Mother Gaia on your planet.
Yeah.
She can also be any kind of gender, but that planet that you are on likes the feminine energy, so it likes to be called a her.
Oh.
It identifies as a woman.
Oh, nice. I see. So she prefers it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, perfect. Yes, I have noticed still that a lot of people are saying, I've had a vision and it's destruction is coming, and I don't know what that means.
That means they do see destruction coming on your planet.
So it is.
But
it is coming.
It could be also on a different timeline because some people don't see destruction.
Right.
You know about the different timelines, I assume?
Yes, I do.
The timelines change all the time.
Right.
So you never know what you're going to get. It could be
Okay.
destruction, or it could be nothing.
Right.
That's why most people should not take that to heart. You see a future. Somebody might see another future. Everyone is not on the same timeline.
I did wonder that.
Yes, a lot of people don't know that on your planet. Even though you are connected, you are all on different timelines.
Okay.
That's why everyone sees different visions.
So when you say everyone is going to go to, or have experience the flash, and go to the, I don't want to call it 5D, the new Earth, is it everyone, or is it different timelines? And
once that happens, everything will be on the so-called same timelines.
Okay.
The timelines will stop once that happens. There will be no more frayed timelines. Once the flash and the light comes, everyone will be on the same timeline.
Okay.
But before that, everything is spread out.
So right now people are on different timelines, seeing different things.
Yes.
Getting legitimate visions
yes, they're all,
of
they're
their
all
timeline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, they're all legitimate.
Okay. Well, yeah.
That's another reason why none of us can give you anything to do in your lives, because everyone is on different timelines, and we can't give you any information of what to do.
Right. We have to choose. Well, we have to create our experience here,
Yes, you
right?
have to choose and create your experience.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yes.
Oh, do you have more to say, or may I ask you questions?
You can ask.
Thank you so much. I am seeing a white light in my mind, and it's gotten progressively brighter. It's so bright now. It's like lightning bright white. And I was wondering, what am I seeing?
You are getting closer to us on this side.
Oh.
It will get brighter.
Wow, it will get brighter. Goodness, because sometimes, even at night, I feel like the light is on. But it's my head that is on.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It will get brighter.
That's exciting.
There's a lot of people going through that right now. They're getting brighter. Some do not understand it.
Oh, I love it. I just love it.
Everyone will feel it.
Will they be able to feel it? You know how I'm able to feel love and feel energy?
Yes, you'll be able to feel it stronger.
Okay.
And the more you feel it, the more calm you will feel. There are still some things we can tell that what you say on your planet get on your nerves.
Oh, yes. I've been a little bad about that lately, but I still have the peace
Once
inside me.
the one way to get over the get on your nerves part is to this being has figured it out, because he doesn't.
I know.
He knows everyone has their own minds, and once they do something that goes against him, he just pretty much ignores it. It's not the fact that he doesn't care about people, but their energies do not affect him. When you go under, you can feel it stronger. When it comes to very loving, empathic people, they have to go about it another way, because it's almost impossible for them to do what this being does, because they care about people so much. They want them to understand, because you are teachers.
Okay.
This being is not a teacher. He can suggest things what people want to do. He would like to teach people, but he has no patience. And I think you know that.
Yeah.
So he just does what he can, and tries to listen to them, but he can only listen for so long because he's too much of a strong being, and he just thinks people should be able to just knock stuff away. But everyone is not like that.
Right, right.
Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Teachers are needed.
Right.
You are a teacher, and once you get through to someone, they will be your friend for life. Once they really, really understand you and they take the time to get to know you.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone on your planet is going through. The ones that do BQH, most of them are very caring people, and they want people to understand. And they try not to let their feelings get too much of them and let them get themselves upset, because they want people to understand about the light and understand that everything is good, and try to get around anything negatives that affect their lives so they can concentrate and have everything good in their lives. Some people's lives are so draining, and so much chaos is hard for them to get into the light. But that's what they signed for when they came down there, so they wanted the hardest test.
Wow. Wow.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing if you have to give up on them, because their energy will rub off on you, and you cannot have their energy.
Right.
Someone else will just have to see if they can take care of it.
Yeah.
If you can't take care of it, then you have to let them go.
Yes. There are some I've had to let go of, but that's okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. Eventually they will get it. It just won't be you giving it to them.
Right. Right. Let's see. So I read something popped up today about the false white light. And I've always wondered if that is a thing that the negative can create.
Yes.
Okay.
A false white light will only be a light that people actually think that they might see. Sometimes in the human body, there can be like flashes of light. Mainly around your eye area. That has something to do with the inside of your eyes. And sometimes it gives you little flashes. And they have to get that taken care of, because sometimes it could be some kind of disease coming into their eye.
I've heard of that disease.
The one you call cataracts and other ones.
Yeah.
And they take that and call it a false light. So that's not necessarily a spiritual thing.
Would you be able to feel the difference?
The regular light is different. A regular light you can see around your whole body. It's not going to be a little flash of light, like someone flashing what you call a flashlight in your eyes. The light that we generate here is everywhere. If you see a light, it will be a little ball of light right here. The light will be everywhere when you see the light. So when you see light, it'll be everywhere. Now, so if you see like a ball of light, that is not our light.
Okay. So if you're familiar with true source light, or the feeling of source light, would that make it so that you couldn't be fooled by that?
Yes. When you see a source light, it will be everywhere. Even when you close your eyes, you will see a faint light everywhere. It won't be like a ball of light where you can see like a ball of light. It will be light everywhere.
Okay.
You can look to your left, to your right. It won't even move. It'll just be light everywhere. It'll be almost going out into like a bright sunlight without actually looking into the sun.
Yeah.
It will be a full light.
I'm not even sure if they mean it literally, or if they just mean it's a pretend goodness that people can get tricked by.
Yeah, that is the same. You can see that in the same way. When you
Okay.
see someone and they say they're all light, the only way you can really figure it out is if you really, really listen to what they say.
Mm-hmm.
On your planet, a lot of people make up a lot of different names for things.
Mm-hmm.
Our light is not complicated.
Mm-mm.
It's just the light.
Mm-hmm.
There is no cosmic light. There is no this and that light.
Mm-hmm.
There's not different lights. There's only one light.
Yeah.
That's it. There's just one light. There are no different kinds of light. Yes.
Let's see. What did I want to ask you? Oh, I wanted to ask, well, this peaceful feeling that I have now, almost all the time, I am so grateful for that feeling. And can everyone gain that if they
Yes.
want to? So they can be happy, because so many people are unhappy.
Yes, everyone can gain it.
Okay.
Yes.
They think awakening causes pain and awakening symptoms, and I do have more questions about that. But people can gain this peaceful feeling because
Yes, they can all gain it. They have to
okay.
concentrate on the good, though, because,
Yeah.
like I said before, when you awaken, you can't just see negative things and call it awakening. Those are visions.
Mm-hmm.
Those are visions you're being given, and that is not being awake.
Mm-hmm.
Being awake is noticing that the visions are all dealt for good in some point of way.
Mm.
There is nothing negative about it. There's nothing to be scared. You can't put fear out there and call it being awakened. When you're awakened, you know that all of those things are for good.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't spit out negative things all the time to scare people, because that is not a light.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep telling people about things that are terrible things that are going to happen, then that is not good.
Mm-hmm.
When some beings get visions, and some get visions that will just happen, those are somewhat negative, but they're just trying to get out information so people would know some things. They are not doing it in an evil way. They are just trying to get out information, kind of like a cheating kind of thing. So it's not necessarily bad, but the only reason why it can be bad is because the timelines are all different.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get a vision from someone, then that vision could come true, then it could not come true, because the timelines are always changing, because everyone is on different timelines.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would do something different that will change a timeline.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you can't trust the timeline, because everyone on your planet will do something different to change the timeline that was going to happen, and it won't happen anymore.
Right.
It will be like someone saying, "You are going to die in a car crash. You're going to crash into someone else's car and die."
Uh-huh.
Well, if the other person driving that car that you're going to crash into takes another turn, then you will not crash. Therefore, you will not die.
Mm-hmm.
That's why so-called fortune tellers are always not liable, because
Yeah.
they are telling the truth, but that doesn't mean that truth is going to happen, because someone can change that timeline by doing something totally different,
Okay.
because everyone has free will.
Okay. And again, about the Ascension Symptoms, which are people talk about physical bodily symptoms of, say, I didn't sleep last night, I'm in pain because the energies are so intense today, things like that, or any aches and pains and things that they say are due to awakening.
Yeah, it's not necessarily due to awakening. Everyone has a choice on your planet. If you feel a pain, you can get rid of the pain in some way. If you have a headache, someone can say, I have this headache because I got so much negative energy around me, which is not necessarily true, because they can have a headache because something is going on in their head that's making it. And it's not necessarily evil. So, yes, you can't take everything what everybody say all the time. You have to take it what you say as a grain of salt and try to maneuver around it, because if someone gets a sharp pain in their heart, they might say they're having a heart attack. Some other person might say that some demon is trying to stab them in the heart.
Yeah.
Everyone says what they want to say, and it's kind of hard to figure it out. But it's not your job to figure it out. When someone says something, you pretty much have to take it the way you want to take it. If they say they got a stab in their heart and they think a demon did it to them, it's not the fact that you do not believe them. You can guide them to the light and say, okay, that's not necessarily a demon stabbing you in the heart. It could be a warning for something else. You have to get them away from the evil things and the fear. If you can't get them away from the fear, then you have to let them be. Because they are not going to listen to you.
I know you're sending pulses of light to the earth to help us awaken. Can that cause pains in people?
Sometimes the gravitative energy on Mother Gaia is pretty strong. Some people can feel it, and some can't. If you feel very heavy, that means the gravity is heavier. Mother Gaia is spinning faster. So your gravity gets heavier. And that'll make you feel like that's negative energy because it's weighing you down. Which is easy to believe when you're in a physical body like you are. You feel it.
Sure.
And you feel like you're being weighed down. And being weighed down is not necessarily positive, because when you have the light, you feel light.
Right. I was going to ask, can you change that?
Yes. The way you change it is by thought.
Thought, yeah. So you create.
The one thing that Rashab said is, you have to think. Rashab. If you think it, that's what it is. Basically, if you think it, that's what it is. If someone hits you in the head, and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Or if you're very strong and somebody hits you in the head and you don't feel it, then you're very strong. You have to decide if you want to feel it or not. You pretty much decide what you want to decide.
Yeah.
Everything is on you.
Yeah.
No one is picking on you all the time. Yes, there is negative energies out there. But a lot of times they're not even messing with you. They like to get in your head. Sometimes they don't even have to do anything. But they can get into your head and make you think they're messing with you when they're not. And either you take it all in or you don't.
So you just have to decide what experience you want to have.
That's exactly right. You have to decide on what experience that you want.
Okay.
It's your decision on everything. If someone makes you mad, it's your decision to either get mad about it or totally ignore them and let them be on their way. You don't have to take it all in. You don't have to take it to heart.
Right.
If someone says something to you to hurt your feelings, it won't hurt your feelings if you believe it. I mean, if you don't believe it, then it won't hurt your feelings. If you believe it, then it will hurt your feelings.
Yeah. That's good to remember. I always wondered if we could change our so-called past, and it's interesting to me how he explains that we do change our past by changing the way we think now. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because the way he explained it to you.